Nearly 15 million people have logged on and experienced the world of Warcraft. Quite commonly overlooked is the rich and illustrious lore and history behind Azeroth. Join us as we venture beyond the pixels, code, and players. Welcome to the story of Warcraft.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lore News Now. I am Pride. Word on the street from Texas Chris is that Dun is creepy. We'll have more on that story as soon as we hear from Necroxus with the stocks.
Thank you, Pride. Today in the news, in the stock market, Stormwind Banking Commission announces a massive sell-off in Dark Iron following the revelation that the Dark Iron Dwarves have been simply painting their iron bars black. Varian Rin today announces an increase on all goods to finance his war against Garrosh, sending the market spiraling down 90 points. However, the Echo Island Restoration Fund is up 15 points in the wake of a massive surge of tactical resources from the Barons. And finally, today in stocks, Orgrimmar reserves have tipped seriously in the wake of Garrosh's disappearance from the throne room. Thank you. That's stocks today on Azerothian, Lore News, whatever our show's called. I'm now over to Dun for the weather. Dun?
In Northern Kalimdor, there is a 90% chance of blood and thunder. That's all I've got. I'm sorry. I'm so uncomfortable.
Good thing we did it live.
I'm so uncomfortable.
Come on.
Someone told us that we were not professional enough on this show last week. So, of course, we had to suit up for the broadcast today, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a wonderful show right here on Boetha's Lore on youtube.com/thesmokinggamer. I am Pride, joined today by Dun, Necroxus, and the lovely Janelle.
Wearing a top hat.
Yes.
Oh, so you are. I just realized, like, in the webcam, it's just my face. But I've got to move this. I'm wearing a fucking tie. People are going to see my fucking tie in, like, 5 minutes when the thing catches up. There we go.
And we didn't, actually, we did very much half-ass this.
Okay, so yeah, we got a really good show in like 5 minutes. Everyone's going to disappear now. You can look at empty like video panels while we get changed into normal clothes because it is far too warm for this shit.
It is quite hot indeed. Oh, Jesus. This thing's got to come off. Anyways, today on the show, we're going to be talking about the movie. As
Done?
It's like a male version of Naked News.
I'm sorry.
Today.
Does this mean I could file a sexual harassment lawsuit?
No, we're very liberal over here. I'd get a raise,
Indeed.
if anything.
That's trtrue.
For entertaining the workforce.
So yeah, today on Boetha's Lore, ladies and gentlemen, we do have some lore to talk about. We've got a top 10 list, the top 10 greatest coups and takeovers in the world of Warcraft, and as well as some World of Warcraft movie news that came out at E3, sort of. We're going to talk a bit about that. We're going to see what are the whatever the fuck it was, whatever the implications of that is. So, and a couple of other things. So, in the meantime, I do want to say that we of course have been super busy all week. If you want to know why, I've got a short little video clip here that's going to explain all that. Riors, if you want to show them that super sexy thing that I sent you not too long ago.
It's pretty great.
This is why our show is not all that good. We've all been busy working on another project. And
I don't know what you're talking about. I love my suit.
Well worth it in the end. Riors, go ahead.
Oh, goddamn.
To ask why we fight is to ask why the leaves fall. It is in their nature. Perhaps there is a better question.
Alright, so, I don't think I really need to say anything more. Lord for Noobs coming back September the 4th, 2013. It's going to be fucking amazing. I'm excited for it. We've got a lot of people working on it and whatnot. So, if you missed last week's show, it's another thing I want to bring up.
Shame on you.
Number one, shame on you. Number two, we found out that myself and Howitzer will be attending BlizzCon this year. Making sure that the lore does not go uncovered at BlizzCon 2013, because that's one of the biggest things. Like, BlizzCon is all about, you know, the games and all that stuff, but there's a lot of lore that comes out of BlizzCon. There's so many opportunities as well to learn more about the lore, because you have access to the people that create the game, the people that write the game and write the lore and all that stuff, and they're very open and usually very drunk, and so their lips are a little bit looser, if you will. So it's a damn good thing to go out there. That's where I get a lot of my secrets, honestly. BlizzCon, drinking with the Blizzard folk over there. They get loose-lipped and they say things that they probably shouldn't say. Of course, I try and keep that on the down low. It's from my own personal knowledge that I get that out. I try not to share too much that they don't want me to share. But so you get that email after BlizzCon. Hey, do you remember that thing we talked? Yeah, don't tell anyone that, please. So yeah, myself and Necroxus, myself and Howitzer, Necroxus wishes.
You just broke my heart, Pride.
No.
You just
It's
broke my heart.
alright. It's alright, Necro, because while Howie and Pride are off having fun and getting drunk with Blizzard employees, we will be here doing But Where There's Law for the people who, like us, are not fortunate enough to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear my suit that episode.
Actually, Necroxus, Necro might be able to go. I don't know yet.
Well, fuck it, I'll do the show on my own.
Oh, so what am I done? Thanks.
With blackjack and hookers.
Don't tease me, Pride.
It'll be me, blackjack, and hookers, and actually forget the blackjack.
Fuck you, done.
Is that the right quote? I think you got most of it.
Yeah. Hookers and blow.
Okay, it will be me gracing the video screen, and Jaina voice acted by Jan. There we go.
One
There we
with
go.
Jaina in a top hat.
Yeah, we'll use this one.
I like this one. I want to keep this one.
She wants to keep it. Alright, so, yeah, there's gonna be this challenge. It's called the One Sub Challenge. We'll be talking a little bit more about that. But basically, If you guys have been asking me if Jesse Cox is going to be coming back on But Wait, There's Lore anytime soon, and the answer to that is if we complete the 1-sub challenge, then yes, Jesse Cox will in fact be back on But Wait, There's Lore very soon. So it's going to be up to you guys. We're going to have more information on the 1-sub challenge next week, and it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of crazy things, including myself and Howitzer getting matching tattoos to show our love and affection for each other. It's going to be awesome. Filmed live as well, so that'll be nice. In the meantime, over last weekend, when we were doing the show and whatnot, we stopped doing the show because it was over. Sarah was on the show last week. We don't have. That's another thing. We don't have our guest host, unfortunately.
That's okay, because I'm back, so I count. That's what I'm filling in that role today.
Our guest host is actually Necroxus from season 6. And yeah.
It's okay, guys. We could have Bioris if you wanted.
Does that mean we get to fire him next episode?
No, he's already been fired.
Oh, Jan, you missed that. It was really good. He was really good. Like, I fired him, and then everyone's all like, Dunn's gone drunk with power, because Pride was away. And I got called Garrosh Dunn Scream.
I started a hashtag movement.
No, I mean my Twitter blew up, and Dunn got called several things.
Several not nice things, so I just left. Like, I went out for the weekend.
It was great because people like legitimately thought that Dunn had fired Necroxus.
No, but the thing is, when we made a video revealing, hey, it was a joke, okay, and then a bunch of people still thought that I fired Necroxus, and we. And
then I made my own video too, and they still thought that.
I ended up, like, I finally settled it when I posted, like, the chat logs from Skype, where I was like, hey, Necro, I need you to write a question that you can give a controversial answer to so I can fire you. And he's like, okay, I'll do that. God damn.
Wasn't that the one that Thrall sucks? Wasn't that the question?
Yeah,
like, everything's Thrall sucks.
Like, I'm like, whoa. Whoa, Necro.
You're fired. Yeah, so over the weekend, there was there's a little event called Comic-Con, and at some panel or another, I think it was the the Warner Brothers, something like that.
I don't know.
Wasn't there, and they're keeping that shit under wraps, so I'm not sure.
I know. Either way, there was some sort of panel, and a teaser for the World of Warcraft movie was played. Like, out of fucking nowhere, because this is something that we know is, like, happening, but there's really no information on it outside of, the fact that we know the actor playing Varian Wren, and we know that the story revolves around Varian in one way, shape, or another.
Terrible.
I thought that was a rumor.
Well, it was a rumor, but it was a pretty... it had some facts behind it that kind of gave credence to said rumor, so it was all kind of taken as it was more or less accepted. But this trailer this teaser, I don't want to say trailer, it's a teaser, certainly kind of went in the way of that. Dunn, did you read the description of the teaser?
No.
You didn't get around to that, did you?
No, because I'm hoping eventually they'll put it on goddamn YouTube. And then I'm going to watch it with fresh eyes.
I swear to God, what they had to have done was, as this thing was playing, because it's nowhere on the internet. All we know is that it happened. They did show the teaser for the Warcraft movie. It's simply titled Warcraft. It's not World of Warcraft something. It's not Warcraft something, like, no subline, no subtitle. It's just Warcraft. But we know that it happened, but no video was taken of it at all. So I swear to God, what they had to have done was, literally have people going around and double-checking that no one had their phones out, because it's shocking that, Justin Bieber can pick his nose and 50,000 people have it on their phones recorded and uploading to YouTube. But something that actually matters to the world, like... movie of all time, the Warcraft movie teaser gets played in a crowd full of nerds, tech nerds, who have like the latest fucking iPad 5000, right? Not a single one of these fucking neckbeards films the fucking teaser.
Yeah, get on in neckbeards.
Yeah.
No sense.
We want to see that. Where's my camera? There.
So,
Yes.
neckbeard, you have disappointed me, good sirs.
I agree.
Yeah. What?
Did you read the description though, Pride? It was
Yeah.
awesome.
So the description, basically what happens is there's a warrior and he's out and he's fighting in the desert.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
No, an orc comes in and before they clash, then it like the logo comes out. Like
Yeah.
he picks up a shield and then like an orc comes in, he goes to attack, and then like before they clash, it's like Warcraft.
Yeah.
And according to what I read, everyone lost their goddamn minds when it came up. Like everyone was freaking out.
Indeed. So, end of the day, it makes sense that, oh, hold
Oh
on.
my god, it's first footage from Korea. So Wazzy. I'm watching
Hold on.
it. Don't talk to
It's
me.
fake.
No, it's
It's
fake.
fake.
It's so
It's not.
fake.
It's fake.
I swear to
super-
God, there's like some fucking, what's that, James and the Giant Peach or something going on right now.
Still watching it.
It takes place in like
Absolutely.
Barrens or Outland, so it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
automatically it's wrong.
I'm
Yeah, it
trying
comes
to see
out-
how like people have.
But when do you see a trailer without actors? Like,
Well, no, there were actors,
not any you could see their face in.
but we know the guy that's playing Varian. Like we know he's been cast.
Who is it? I didn't know this. Well, who is it?
Let me look it up.
Like I was
I didn't-
looking and I didn't see
I didn't-
it.
I didn't want to go this much into detail with this thing, man. This was just like
We're
a
professional today, Pride. We have to report the
I'm not.
news. Well, I still am.
Goddamn. Goddamn, I don't even understand how. Like 28,000 people have watched this, right?
mhm.
It's 'cause it says Warcraft movie on it, and people click it without looking at it.
Basically, yeah.
There's some like witch with a hook nose in it.
This is Jaina.
Top,
Well, see, I mean,
top
we
comment,
know
I
that it's
believe this
being-
is fake. 26
Glad you're on board.
I believe. It's not right.
It's set on Azeroth. We know that for much. For much? We know that much.
For sure.
For much, for sure, whatever.
I'm trying to find the damn.
Yeah, just someone said in the
Um,
chat they think it was Duratar. It was some like Barrens Duratar, like the desert-ish. We don't know though. Someone said there was like fell green in the air, and that's why I said Hellfire Peninsula. But I don't know. We didn't see it, so
Yeah.
Okay, let's state this. Someone, I guess, asked where Howie is. And yeah, Howitzer is marrying Sarah, and he will return to the show after their honeymoon. Howie got jealous that me and Jam went on a honeymoon, and he's like, "Fuck it, Sarah will do."
hey, who do I have? There's no one left for me. Me and Rioris. Rioris, we're getting married.
I was
No,
about to
I'm
say you
marrying
can have yours if you want, but
Oh, damn. Pride's been snubbed.
Pride's already in a relationship. We're it's me and Rioris now.
so am I. But like, you gotta have them internet relationships.
Yeah, you're in a
like,
relationship with Jan. Get fucking on
Oh
the ball.
yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, I need to get on the ball.
Deja vu. Get on the ball, Don.
I need to get on the
No
ball.
one knows what that means, and you won't know for like 2 months.
Pride's like, what?
I have no idea what's going on.
It's okay.
Anyways, the fact was that there was someone was cast and he had a bunch of like pictures of him training and all this other stuff. Don't know if it's confirmed or not confirmed, but
Oh.
it all seemed legit. It all seemed legit when I saw it like 4 or 5 months ago.
I only asked because I didn't know. I was curious.
Yeah. So, is there any lore implications that we can gather from this teaser description?
Okay,
that we
check
didn't
this, yeah. Humans
Australians coming
and
back.
orcs
Confirmed.
fight.
see? Indeed, they do. Very observative. Done. Because really, I was looking at it. I was thinking about it. There's really nothing outside of the fact that it's got to take place in a deserty area, right? At some point. So, Tanaris, maybe.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, there's not that many deserts. It can be
Alright.
Durotar, it can be Northern Barons, depending on when it's set. Thousand Needles, maybe. That's kind of desert.
What I'm thinking is that it actually is Durotar, or somewhere very close to Durotar. And I think that the movie plot is actually going to follow the backstory of Varian before he returned to his kingdom.
So the comic.
Oh,
Right.
I hated that comic. Oh well.
I'm thinking that it is going to follow the comic pretty closely.
Want a new story.
No, we all wanted a new story, but I doubt it's going to happen. And on top of that, you're going to have to take everything in the movie with a grain of salt because it's Hollywood and they're going to try and change things.
Yeah, wasn't one of the rumors like it was going to be Variant's twin or something? I remember reading that and I was like, what? Blizzard, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Something like Variant was going to have a twin, and that's what the movie was going to be. I was like, why?
Yeah,
Why?
Varian's twin, Marion.
Marion Wren.
Yeah. Sort of like the Mario-Wario relationship.
Yeah, gotcha. Who knows? Who knows? So I want to go ahead before we take our first break and whatnot, and then we do our top 10, or well, Necro does our top 10. Still suited up there. You can join us here in the IRC by going to www.thesmokinggamer.com. Once that page loads, you'll see a big thing right there on the left side. It'll say live chat. All you gotta do is click on that, click join chat. Once you get in there, you'll have a name like BWTL fan 188 or 209 or 973. And then what you do is you can type /Nick space and then whatever name you want, hit enter, and it'll change your nickname for you. If not, you can stick with the BWTL fan, random number signed. Stay with
And
that.
that is the number that you are assigned, and that is like we like But Wet There's Law fan 117 more than But Wet There's Law fan 991.
Yeah.
Because
But we like BWTL fan 999 the best.
Oh, I thought we like But Wet There's Law fan 1 the best.
No,
because he's
no,
number
That
one.
guy's a dick.
Yeah, fuck that
Oh,
guy.
I don't even know. Or you can just change the name to Dun Fan, and then you'll be given priority on your questions by me. I'll be like, this guy's Dun Fan. Say nice things about me when you ask me a question, and I will ask it.
Indeed. So there's that way, and that's of course for the Q&A towards the end of the show, and also to just come in and discuss what's going on with everyone and whatnot, and all that good stuff. Now, there's another way you can do that, and that's by what you're watching right now, the YouTubes. There's a comment section right down there. All you got to do, type in a question there, and the great Janelle over here, she's gonna beam right into that. She's gonna know that you just typed a question. She's just gonna slide right on in there, copy, and then paste it to me, and then there's your question right there.
Yeah,
So,
what's the deal, YouTube chat? You're quiet today.
I know, they camped for hours and then they haven't said a fucking thing since the show started.
Because they were too blown away by our beginning. That's it. That was very professional. You all dropped the ball.
Also,
What are we gonna do about that Dark Iron, everybody? After health is fucked.
hey man, there's a 9% chance of blood and thunder. I'm not going out.
Just kept rolling. That beginning was fantastic, though.
I'm really disappointed we didn't find out more about that story.
The one where I'm creepy.
Yeah.
Someone's
Maybe
asked
more
me,
about
why
that.
are you creepy? I don't get it, so that we'll tell them the truth of that at the end of the show. Also, I know viewers can't talk now, but viewers, I want a baseball cap photoshopped onto... No, I want a spirit hood on Garrosh's head. No, I don't get a thing anyway. I have a webcam, what the fuck? Never mind, ignore this. Ignore this. I was like, Jaina looks really good in a top hat. I want a spirit hood on Garrosh, and then I realized that no one sees Garrosh. So that's
I'm
what's
gonna have to wear suits next week just to make up for that.
BRB guys, broke webcam. Anyway, we have things to talk about, I assume.
Well, right now we've got to go to break.
Capital idea, I think we should go to break.
Indeed, we gotta go to break. And when we get back from break, then we're gonna be talking about the top 10 list.
Hello and welcome to the Ozcast.
Some people think that the art needs a little bit of polish, but you know what? Mechanics totally make us.
Gentlemen, my name is Total Biscuit. Welcome to Content Patch.
Hey, how's it going? You ready?
This is ATS Gear back to some more StarCraft 2 or Heart of the Swarm.
You're watching Day 9 TV, where you learn to be a better gamer.
Alright everybody, welcome back. This is for my guys. Be prepared for the end.
Everybody, Markiplier here. We just hit 300,000. I'm not so proud.
Hello there everybody, welcome to another segment.
Want to stay up to date with all the latest happenings around the Smoking Gamer and its crew? Well, be sure to follow us on our various social media platforms, including Facebook at facebook.com/TSGamer, twitter.com/Pride1G, or simply at Pride1G. You can also check us out on a Nook at anook.com/page/TSGamer. And of course, you can always come and join the fun over at www.knightsoflore.com. Thanks for listening to But Wait, There's Lore. Show your support in the real world by picking up one of our brand new Season 6 But Wait, There's Lore series t-shirts, only at printonblack.co.uk. Order before July 31st for a chance to win this exclusive TSG Jade logo shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to But Wait, There's Lore right here on youtube.com/The Spoken Gamer. I am the Spoken Gamer Pride, and I am joined by Dunn, who's got his head out the window, Janelle, who...
That makes me a smoking gamer, or Dunn, depending on how you personally prefer to look at it in your head canon.
Actually, to me, it looks like you have on a nice sundress at the moment, like a nice...
I can totally see it now.
Does it not look like that to you guys?
Mm-hmm.
That's me, but that's
How
also...
much of me can you see?
Probably a lot more than the
Than you want to.
YouTube the YouTube viewers right now would want to, but yeah. And of course, joined as well by Janelle, who is a super secret government agent, therefore can't show her face, but you were instead entertained by a
Monocle
magician, a super magic magician mage, Jaina Proudmore. And then, of course, we've got the classy Necroxus over here.
Where are my Horde sunglasses?
Indeed.
At least one of us is professional.
Indeed. We've got a top 10 list to go over, guys. Well, I say we. What I really mean is Necroxus has a top 10 list to go over here. And, this is the top 10 list for the top I can't even say the top coups and takeovers, in the world of Warcraft. Yeah.
When I was young, I always read that word as Coups.
Coups.
Said the P. Said the P at the end. Coups.
I used to say that, but with co-op. Like, when you would have a co-op game, I would always ask, like, my friends if they wanted to come play Coop. And
they never corrected you, because they're not really friends.
I guess not. Go over here. Necroxus, top 10 coups and takeovers in the world of Warcraft. Have at it, buddy. It's your time to shine.
I would begin, but there is apparently some issues in the Skype chat that you should read. About something bad.
Apparently, there's a problem, and the stream needs to go down for a bit. So if you happen to be one of the lucky few still listening to my voice, can you hear the sounds of my voice coming through your headphones and or speakers? Then we'll be
he's
right
gonna kill you.
We'll be right back. Anyway, the stream's going down. We'll be back in a second, guys.
Is it lore you're looking for?
We fucked it up. You said lore?
Yeah, I said lore. I also said hello before viewer said that we could go. Because I was in the moment, but damn it felt good.
Today on Azerothian Lore News.
There's been a T-Rex attack.
T-Rex attack in Orgrimmar. Unknown casualties.
You would think my family would know not to text me during my show. Especially to ask me, hey, did I ever loan you my back brace? No.
Well, did they?
Yeah, come on, Pride. Inquiring minds want to know. Did you loan him did he loan you your back?
As I told my stepmother, no.
No.
Really anticlimactic.
Anyways, now that we're back on the show, and I see all you people asking the question of what I think about my own Shaw, and I think I've answered it.
Your Shaw is a little girl with pigtails.
It has pigtails, which is,
It
I
is
think,
the,
it's pretty
it is
funny.
the most girly of all of the Shaw.
Yeah, but it's also the strongest, so I'd be cool with it.
Well, that's just so that whenever I kick your ass, it comes down to you got your ass kicked by a girl in pigtails. I mean,
So what you're saying is any Sarkeesian approach?
Is what?
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
You kind of cut out there.
No, it's okay. That's probably for the best.
Couldn't hear you over the sound of how powerful I am with my pigtails.
You'll be on farm within a week.
Yeah, you're only boss 4.
Wow.
You don't need to drop it, you're okay.
You'll get over it. In the meantime, we got a top 10 list to go over. Now that we're actually back and all that stuff. So,
Yeah.
Necro. Yeah. Have at it, buddy. Your time to shine.
All right. Number 10 on the top 10 coups and overthrows on World of Warcraft is Magatha's coup. This occurred before, or it occurred in the book, The Shattering, I believe, right? Yes, The Shattering. Magatha Grim Totem, the leader of the Grim Totem, the Elder Crone of the Grim Totem, she has been, she's known for mysterious happenings that allow her to rise into further aspects of power, such as when her husband, who was the leader of the Grim Totems, mysteriously died, and she became the leader. So, for a while, we've known that she has hated Cairn for whatever reason. I don't know if they ever told us why. Maybe I think it was because she views him as too pacifistic, and she's been trying to get rid of him for years. It's always been implied, but we finally learn in the book and then in the Cataclysm quest chain with her in the Thousand Needles that she has been trying to do this for a while through one of her serpent-like avatar things. So she takes the opportunity when Cairn confronts Garrosh about supposed Horde killing druids, which in actuality it was Twilight's Hammer who set up the Horde. You know the story. Cairn challenges Garrosh to a Mak'gora. Garrosh then insists it goes to the death, which he agrees. And in the tradition of the Mak'gora, each participant can have their weapons blessed by a shaman, and Magatha just so happens to be a shaman. So she blessed Gorhal, but unbeknownst to everybody except herself, she poisoned Gorhal for Garrosh, which led to Cairn's death in their fight, despite the fact that Cairn seemingly had the upper hand and only barely got scratched by Gorhal, but that scratch was enough to weaken Cairn so that he got killed. And after this happened, immediately Magatha had her Grim Totem positioned around Thunderbluff to launch an attack. She tried to send assassins to kill Bane as well. Unfortunately, or fortunately for Bane, there was a turncoat in the Grim Totems who told him about this. Long story short, Magatha does take over Thunderbluff for a little while, but it is retaken by Bane with the help of some goblin mercenaries and some goblin explosives. And for all of Magatha's trouble, her totems or her icons or whatever they're called for the shaman that allows them to channel all of their energies through the elements, all 4 of them were smashed by Bane, and basically he told her, get the fuck out or I'm going to kill you, and she got banished to the Thousand Needles. So that's number 10, Magatha's coup.
Awesome!
Indeed. Jan, you did a really good job explaining that to everyone. Now moving on to number 9, Necroxus is going to tell us about number 9.
I am. Okay. Number 9 is the overthrowing of Magtheridon by Illidan. This happened in the Frozen Throne campaign of Warcraft 3 for the Blood Elves. Basically, long story short, Lady Vash the Naga and her forces were working with Illidan. But as they get cut off by the end of the Night Elf campaign in that game, basically Illidan goes to Outland, and Vash and Hernaga get stuck on Azeroth through a bunch of machinations and racism on the part of a human commander named Garithos. The Blood Elves end up joining Vash's Naga, and they all travel to Outland to meet Illidan. They save him from Maiev, who happened to track him and actually captured him for a little while. And then they set about conquering Outland for Illidan because Illidan had failed in his mission to attack the Lich King during the Night Elves campaign. He failed. He was stopped by Malfurion and Maiev.
No. He didn't fail. He didn't fail. He allowed someone else to conquer.
To succeed.
Okay, fine.
So
he allowed someone else. He allowed somebody else to succeed. So now on Outland, he decided, I need to consolidate my forces. I need to build up my shit. And there are a lot of demons under the Burning Legion which are not allies of mine. We need to get rid of them. And they are all being led from the Black Temple by a particularly vicious pit lord.
Holy top hat, man.
Yes, top hat.
They were all being led by a particularly vicious pit lord named Magtheridon. Eventually, Illidan and Vash and Kael'thas go through, close all of Magtheridon's portals, which allow him to get his reinforcements. And eventually, they assault Black Temple themselves, and they fight their way all the way up to Magtheridon, who, at this point, and even as he's fighting for his life, thinks that Illidan was just sent to test him, and ultimately Illidan ends up supposedly killing him. We think he's dead for a long time until Burning Crusade comes out, where we find out he actually gets imprisoned, but he defeats Magtheridon and basically becomes the ruler of Outland after Magtheridon is gone. So that was number 9, Illidan overthrowing the Pit Lord Magtheridon.
Done. That was fantastic. Really appreciate you taking that for us. And now for number 8, we send it over to Necroxus.
Number 8 on the top 10 coups and overthrows in World of Warcraft is the fall of the Mogu Empire. This is a relatively new one that we learned about with the coming expansion. The Mogu are basically Titan constructs that after the Titans left, after a period of some years, decided that they are going to just do whatever they want and conquer all of Pandaria, because, why not? They have the power, they have the magic, so go for it. While they were doing this, they took a number of slaves. They even created a race called the Sorok. They enslaved the Jinyu, the fish people, the Jinyu. They enslaved the monkey people, the Hosen. They enslaved the panda people, the Pandaren. And they ruled for years and years and years. However, they eventually would be undone by the very slaves that they had, the Pandaren, who, in lieu of traditional weaponry, learned the ways of the monk and unarmed combat. And eventually, it just takes that one spark, and one of those slaves one day, thousands of years ago, stood up to one of their Mogu masters, and he had been teaching his fellow slaves the ways of the monk, and they just whooped some ass. And one thing led to another, and the Mogu were overthrown by the Pandaren and their monkish, is that a word? Monkish ways. Monk-like. And that is number 8.
Remember, I would very much like to live like a Hosen.
Yes. So that's number 8, the fall of the Mogu Empire.
Good going, Garrosh.
No, listen, look, Pride. I respect everything that you do for the show. You do a lot for the show, but that was kind of a lackluster explanation for the top 10 there, Pride. I think you really need to
Pride.
Step up.
Well, I'm sorry,
I know that you're going through a lot today, especially in your mind. I know that you were supposed to take the hamburger meat out of the freezer so that you could make hamburgers after the show, but that's no excuse. So hopefully Necroxus will do a little bit.
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Are you Necroxus or am I Necroxus and Pride? I lost the bit there. I'm very sorry.
I would really appreciate, Necroxus, if you wouldn't interrupt my show. That'd be...
I can do that.
Despite all that, Pride, we're going to hand it over to Necroxus, who will hopefully do a better job with number 7 on the list. Take it away, Necro.
Number 7 on the top 10 coups and overthrows in World of Warcraft's lore is Moira Thorison, however you pronounce her name. Moira Bronzebeard, now known as Moira Thorison, whatever. I'm going to purposely mispronounce it now to piss off Jan. Moira Thorison, assuming the leadership of Ironforge following the petrification of her father, Magni Bronzebeard. This also happened in the Shattering. There were lots of shit and coups going down in that book. Essentially, Magni Bronzebeard, the leader of Ironforge, he felt all of these tremors in the earth, and he felt something was wrong right before the cataclysm struck. So there happened to be these tablets that were shipped from Northrend, I believe they were, to Ironforge as per the Explorers League that Magni thought could help him understand and commune with the elements. So he used the magic of these runes, or of these rune stones, and he was petrified. And to this day, people outside of lore, people still debated whether he's dead or not. There is a short story with Thrall that says he felt, or in one of the books, that he felt supposedly Magni's spirit beneath the earth. But that's besides the point. Magni was no longer able to lead Ironforge. And despite the wishes of his counselors and many other people in Dwarven culture, the natural next person in line of succession was actually his daughter, because she was the only Bronzebeard that he sired. Or, yeah, whatever, that he gave birth to. So she marched in with her dark irons after her father... I can't read that, it's too blurry for me. He marched in with her dark irons after her father was petrified, and she basically was like, yo dogs, I control Ironforge now. Listen to me or get the fuck out. So she basically established.
But then she also stopped everyone from leaving.
Yeah, I was just summing that up.
But you can't leave.
But you can't leave. So basically, shut up and sit there while I rule Ironforge. So she basically barred everyone from leaving. So as this is happening, Anduin Wrynn happened to be in Ironforge because he was with Magni, who he considered kind of an uncle-ish in many ways. So Anduin got stuck. Moira refused to let him leave. Varian wasn't having any of that shit. So he assembled SI7 and himself and infiltrated Ironforge. He basically killed several Dark Irons and basically gave Moira an ultimatum. You can only rule on a council with your other two dwarven races, the Wildhammers and the Bronzebeards, as well as yourself representing the Dark Irons. As a personal opinion, it's kind of odd because she had a very legitimate claim to the throne, but I guess everyone just listens to Varian now. So that was Moira assuming
the Crown Prince of Stormwind. So
that's true. That's true, but only because she knew that he, if he left, she would somehow get deposed. But she ended up, so she kind of did. She has more power now than she did, but she actually was in sole control of Ironforge for a little while.
Well,
so
at least the council is only in place until her son is of age to rule, I believe.
Yes, her son. What's his name? Dagran, I believe. It's the same as his father.
Maybe dwarf.
Yeah, and when he... Yep. Random dwarf. And when he does come of age, he actually would be the heir of both the Dark Irons and the Bronzebeards, which is interesting for the future of the Dwarven lore. But that's number 7. Moira, assuming leadership of Ironforge.
Baby dwarf is not as cute as baby Tauren that's sort of struck to that Tauren, the Sunwalker, whose name I keep forgetting. I think Pride's like getting naked or something because he put something to cover up his contact.
You guys don't pay me enough to get naked.
Well,
I wasn't kidding when I said I forgot to take the hamburger meat out of the freezer.
Oh, okay. So why did you cover up the cum?
Well, it had a message on it, but it didn't show up.
It
says "Be right back, hamburger meat."
Okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I wanted to be professional and let people know why I was leaving, but apparently.
No one
it's not good enough, Pride. It's not good enough.
Yeah, Pride, stop dropping the ball.
I don't know. I'm working on it, guys. The good news is emails are back up and I can answer emails today.
Oh,
yay!
Oh, I had a question about, hey guys, do you answer emails? I was like, that's Pride's job. I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah. So what are we on? 6 or 6, 5, 6, 7?
Number
7.
6.
6.
We just finished 7.
Oh, I'm totally on the ball here. Sorry about that.
All right,
Are we going at 6?
Yeah, go for blue team. Go for number 6. Go for number 6.
All right, number 6 in the top 10 coups and overthrows in World of Warcraft's lore is the Darkspear Rebellion, the current coup or overthrowing that is taking place right now within the Horde. Everyone who's playing the game basically knows this story, so I'm just going to be a very brief. Garrosh is a dick. Vol'jin's pissed off. He's war chief. Well, I didn't say. I'm just saying he's a dick. Everyone views him as a dick. Just because you like him does not mean he's not a dick.
Topic derailment. Topic derailment.
Yeah, definitely. So anyway, Vol'jin hates Garrosh. Vol'jin told Garrosh that he was going to kill him one day. Garrosh was like, bring it on, you're just a pussy-ass troll. So eventually, as shit goes down and Garrosh goes increasingly over the edge, and eventually Vol'jin does almost get killed by one of Garrosh's assassins.
Yeah.
But he survives thanks to the efforts of Chen Stormstout in the fantastic and absolutely has no negatives book of Vol'jin, Shadows of the Horde. Explains all of that. He returns to Durotar. He officially starts the Darkspear Rebellion. The Horde players take part. For some reason, the Alliance players go along with it. And eventually, we get to 5.4, where Garrosh is going to get deposed in Orgrimmar. And just a little bit of Alliance bias, the Rebellion had one job to do. It was to secure the ports in 5.4 in the raid, and they failed to do that. So the Rebellion officially is going to succeed because Garrosh is going away, but they're kind of incompetent. So that was number 6, the Darkspear
You're
Rebellion.
incompetent. I just realized I need to, like...
Listen, Dunn, you can't tell the guy doing your job that he's incompetent.
Yes, I can.
I am done. What are you talking about?
Oh, my bad.
Hold on.
Sorry,
hold
Dunn.
on.
I was talking to Necro in the hat.
Necroxus?
In the
That guy's
hat.
a dick.
He is a dick.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
He's like Garrosh.
I want to point something out. This Addicts Wow says that he has an 11-hour work day. So he works an 11-hour shift.
That's kind
what
of
makes it easier is watching old But Wait There's Lore episodes. Problem is he ran out of data space on his phone. So he's going to have a shitty day with at work with 8 hours of no lore. So, yeah, I feel bad.
If you listen to him backwards, there's secret lore messages.
There is. So that's what you need to do now is on your phone, listen to them in reverse, and there's a secret code. And if you unlock that secret code, then you get another 200 episodes of But Wait There's Lore. Never heard before. So have fun with that.
There's a single letter of another code in each episode.
If you play them backwards, you get more episodes of But Wait There's Lore than exists but episodes of But Wait There's Lore.
Exactly.
Also, I realized... Actually, go ahead, Jana.
Since... What'd you call me?
Go ahead, Necroxus.
But yeah, okay, right. Necroxus speaking. Anarchist99 has been saying often in the YouTube chat that Moira's attack on Ironforge wasn't technically a coup, it was following the line of succession. And she wants, she or he, I don't know, wants us to explain how that is a coup. And why we can't
whoever Necroxus was being that time, explain.
I was number 8. That was done. That was done.
Also, John, what's with the last bias? You're the only guy.
As done, I can explain that qualification.
Go for it, John.
Basically, we started out so well, guys. What the fuck happened? Basically,
I'm going to bed.
Do we need to put the suits back on?
I'm still in the bit. You guys gave up, so you know what? I'm taking none of the blame for this shit. So basically, when Moira basically came back and said, you know, I want to become ruler of Ironforge, Magni had a lot of problems with how Moira left. She actually did left. I misspoke in the chat. I said she was kidnapped. They thought she was kidnapped. She left of her own volition because she fell in love with whatever his name is, Dagrin Tharson. And Magni really hated that because he hates the Dark Irons, because pretty much all non-Dark Irons hate the Dark Irons because of what they did.
Dark Irons.
Yeah, that's true. Even some Dark Irons hate the Dark Irons. So basically, after he got petrified, his counselors came together and basically were like, yo, we can't let her take control. And there was this initially, it's not really long, but in the book there's this smallish scene where she's trying to take control through the counselors, and eventually she ends up just using her force and just seizes control. So she is the rightful heir, but it was Magni's counselors and the Bronzebeards who were preventing her from taking control.
So would the coup be on their part, not on hers?
Yes.
Maybe.
Magni, no doubt, Magni, and we're getting serious with lore and all this stuff. We get serious, guys. More than likely, Magni had a plan in motion for what would happen if he was to come to an end before his time. His counselors, no doubt, would have known that, and part of that plan was probably not to have Moira Tharson have control of Ironforge. So
one way or another, there was a coup here.
Yes.
And Varian showing up and being all like, no, you can't be queen of the dwarves is also a coup.
I think the coup might be on Varian's part. Yeah, he stopped a legitimate claim and was like, bitch, we're setting up a council. Even though she was the rightful queen. And that's what we have now, so I guess he was successful.
Alright. So there you go,
Anarchist99.
Thank you for asking, and now we're on number 8, 7?
Technically,
what direction are we going?
That's kind of correct.
Number
5.
Seriously now, can we stop,
get on the ball.
Can we stop doing this bit where everyone is not who they are, because I'm completely losing track. And the IRC is being mean to people, and I'm not sure who that is directed
Necroxus, you need to get on the ball, because you're just not paying attention right now.
I know, God.
No, I'm not, because I can't. This is impossible to follow.
I'm done, or Jan, or Pride. I'm everybody.
People.
No, you're
Listen,
always
everybody's
Necroxus.
named Necroxus. Just handle it.
Yeah, everyone's Necroxus, and I am everybody else. That's the
now
bit,
I know the rules.
Necroxus.
Now I know the rules of engagement. Now I'm okay with it, but I
ruined
don't know what's going on.
everything.
I don't even
Okay.
know.
Hold on. Have we gotten into number 5 yet?
No.
No. Okay.
Oh
good,
wait,
because
hold on.
I believe
That
we
was
have.
number 5.
I believe that was number 5. All
That
right.
was number 5.
We're gonna let Necroxus have the floor for the rest of the time without interruption, so that we can very quickly get through these final 4, because we are now 2 minutes past break. So, Necro, by all means, please top us off here.
Okay. Number 4 is in the top 10 coups and overthrows in World of Warcraft is Gul'dan deposing Ner'zhul. There were lots of things involved with this, but basically, when the orcs were beginning to get influenced by Kil'jaeden, the very beginning it was happening through Ner'zhul, who thought he was just following his dead wife's commands. Eventually, he finds out that it's this demon lord Kil'jaeden. He decides he's not having any more of that shit. But Gul'dan, who's been kind of in on it, and he knows that it's still Kil'jaeden, he just doesn't give a shit, decides, you know what, I'll do your will, Kil'jaeden. Give me your power. Teach us how to do warlocks and all that good stuff. So Ner'zhul got bumped out of the way, and Gul'dan became the leader, and then everything else happened, the First, Second Wars, all of the other goodness. So that's number 4, Gul'dan deposing Ner'zhul.
Yes.
Am I just going to go right in a row?
Yeah, keep going.
That's number 3. Okay, number 3 is Doomhammer overthrowing Blackhand. This happened during the Second War, if I'm not mistaken. My brain's a little fuzzy today. Basically, what happened is Blackhand was a puppet of Gul'dan, Gul'dan basically saw all these tribes of orcs, and he wanted to make one unified horde, because the horde as a collective is very powerful compared to tribes. But Gul'dan couldn't lead himself, so he led through his puppet, a warrior named Blackhand. And basically, as the the second war is going on, and even in the first war, there was this other warrior named Doomhammer, whose name is famous for the hammer itself, but it was actually a person. For those who don't know, he was an orc. He basically saw all this going on and was trying to maneuver himself into eventually becoming war chief himself. So when the time arose where Gul'dan basically split off and decided, screw the Horde, I want more power, Blackhand was still the legitimate war chief, even if he was a puppet, until Doomhammer whooped his ass and decided that I actually am going to be the war chief. And he's actually the first in of this new Horde who isn't being controlled or corrupted by some demonic force. And then he eventually goes on to be killed on Hammerfall. So that's number 3, Doomhammer overthrowing Blackhand. Number 2 is the Wrathgate and the Undercity event that follows. Basically, fast forward to Wrath of the Lich King. Grand Apothecary Putris is this Forsaken Apothecary, Master Apothecary, I believe is what his title is. He's basically reporting directly to Sylvanas. He is her head apothecary, developing her plague, which finally gets completed in Wrath of the Lich King. It's unleashed across Northrend. It's incredibly effective. But as the Horde and the Alliance forces are joining together to assault this gate called the Wrathgate into Icecrown, Grand Apothecary Putris and his Forsaken appear on this ledge and start launching barrels of plague onto the Horde and the Alliance, utterly decimating them, causing the death, or at least we think the death for a while, of Bolvar Fordragon. Basically, we find out that Putris is teamed up with Varimathras, who is this Dreadlord, that Jaina is, not Jaina, Sylvanas got to work for her during Warcraft Frozen Throne. What?
Oh, no, don't worry about it.
No, just keep talking, Necro. They're trying to distract you. Just keep going. Power through it. You can do this.
This is fucking terrible, everybody. Damn it, Necroxus, get on the ball. Okay, so... This is a professional show. God. I didn't go to fucking school for this shit.
Is this where I point out we didn't talk about number 5?
Oh, we did talk about number 5.
We never went down. We didn't talk about number 5. Number 2.
You all convinced me we did!
I told you we did!
Rioris posted a picture of a dude getting hit in the face by a ball, and then we started laughing, and then you said, "Damn it, Croc, get on the ball."
So number 5 on the top 10 overthrows and coups in World of Warcraft is the War of Three Hammers. We're gonna go back 3 spots. The War of Three Hammers was a civil war between the dwarves, between the Bronzebeard, Wildhammer, and Dark Iron clans, that began with the death of Modimus Anvilmar, the High King of the dwarves. Eventually, his death led to infighting within the dwarves because they all wanted to rule. Because this is a kind of longer, complicated war. Eventually, long story short, the Bronzebeard clan secures control of Ironforge. The Dark Iron clan is forced south. And the Wildhammer clan decides they're going to settle in the hinterlands. So that's number 5. Number 4, of course, was Gul'dan deposing Ner'zhul. Number 3 was Doomhammer overthrowing Blackhand. Number 2 is the Wrathgate and Undercity, where Putris and Varimathras, this Dreadlord, decide they don't want Sylvanas to take her shit anymore. They're going to take control of Undercity for themselves. They successfully do that until the Horde and the Alliance come knocking, causing the death of both Putris for the Alliance and Varimathras for... Did I say Varimathras? Yes. For the Horde. And that coup gets shut down. Sylvanas takes control of Undercity once again, and that's number 2 on this very professional list. Finally, number 1. Do we want to recap, or we have done that 6 times
No,
already?
just fucking say number 1. Oh my god. I need to laugh at their gifts.
Yes. I'm trying so hard.
Number 1! Number 1, somehow, is Arthas overthrowing Ner'zhul. But what?
Yeah.
When did this happen, you might ask? This actually happened in the book Arthas, Rise of the Lich King, which you should read because it is my favorite Warcraft book. It happens at the end after Arthas, the Death Knight, travels to Northrend, puts on the Lich King's armor. Basically, the spirit of Ner'zhul is in this armor. They begin ruling as the Lich King, or at least preparing to rule as the Lich King, together on the Frozen Throne as they're covered up in ice. And in the Lich King's mind, all of these things are happening. There's conversations between Arthas, Ner'zhul, and this little boy named Matthias Lerner, who happens to be Arthas's last vestiges of humanity. In this mind council, Ner'zhul is repeatedly trying to get Arthas not to listen to this little boy, who is trying to tell Arthas, you still have the potential to do good, even though you've done all these terrible things.
The Mind Council of Three Hammers.
Pretty much, yeah. However, it ended pretty terribly for the other two. Arthas, in his mind, kills the little boy. And Ner'zhul, as this happening, is laughing and saying, well, now we can control. Now we're in control, and there's none of this bullshit humanity left in you. In his mind, Arthas then turns and stabs and kills Ner'zhul in their the spirit mind of the Lich King, officially taking control of the Lich King's body and his powers and the Scourge, all for himself. So Arthas becomes the sole inhabitant of the Lich King's body. And that is, number 1, Arthas overthrowing Ner'zhul's spirit as the Lich King.
Probably give that dude his Monopoly board.
This is what happens when you make do all 10, by the way. I'm just telling you.
I didn't make you.
He did.
No, I didn't. I said I came up to Necroxus a few minutes before the show, and I said, "Hey, Necro, I've been working on lore for noobs all day. I didn't get a chance to kind of divvy out who's doing what for the top 10. Would you mind doing all 10 of them?" And he was excited about it. I gave him a birthday present, I think. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And so
I fucked it all up. I'm sorry, guys.
But I mean, I guess this is what happens when we don't do the top 10 until today.
Yeah,
I wasn't on the call.
Like I said, if you're still watching the show at this point, the number 1, congratulations, because you can put up with a lot of bullshit. Number 2, I promise that eventually, before we get to our 100th episode, we will get back on track and actually put on decent shows. But we've been it's crunch time here at the Smoking Gamer Studios. And
there's a lot of different projects that everyone's sort of doing.
We've got a whole lineup of shows coming up for this season. We're getting into, I will say that on a business end of things, September through December is when YouTubers like to put out as much content and as their best content, because that's when advertisers pay the most, is towards the end of the year. As we kind of build up towards the holiday season, just business sense. So it's kind of crunch time. Everyone's working on their projects and trying to get them finalized and get everything going so that we can kind of roll those out. So while Boy This Lore has kind of suffered for these past couple episodes, and we do understand and realize that, don't think that we we think that this is the way we should do the show. It's just a give and take. The show is suffering a little bit, but we will get back on track. We always have. But on top of that, we have so much more content coming out that, hopefully you guys kind of understand and see the reasoning why we can't spend so much time focusing on Boy This Lore as we get everything finalized. So, with that said, and Dunn's going to get over his cough there. With that said, that's why we have the top 10, so we can still get some lore information in there and whatnot. We still put on the show and all that good stuff. We're trying to build up to that 100th episode of Boy This Lore coming up in 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think so.
The episode 13 of the 6th season would be the 100th episode of Boy This Lore. That is intense. That is insane. In the meantime, though, we're going to go on a quick break. When we get back, it's going to be Q&A time here on Boy This Lore. And We've got emails back finally. Finally got, you know, guys on the other end of the emails to get that shit fixed. So, when we get back from break, we're going to start off with a How We Retcons the Lore, and then right after that, Q&A. Right here on Boy This Lore on youtube.com/SmokeGamer. Take us out, Rio.
Thanks for listening to But Wait, There's Lore. Show your support in the real world by picking up one of our brand new Season 6 But Wait, There's Lore series t-shirts, only at printonblack.co.uk. Order before July 31st for a chance to win this exclusive TSG Jade logo shirt.
Hello and welcome to the Oddscast.
Some people think that the art needs a little bit of polish, but you know what? Mechanics totally make sense.
Gentlemen, my name is Total Biscuit. Welcome to the Content Patch.
Hey, how's it going? You ready?
Yes, get back some more StarCraft 2 or Heart of the Swarm.
You're watching Day9 TV, where you learn to be a better gamer.
Alright everybody, welcome back. Super my guys, be prepared for the end.
Everybody, Markiplier here. We just hit 300,000. And I'm not so proud. And
Hello there, everybody. Welcome to another segment.
Want to stay up to date with all the latest happenings around the Smoking Gamer and its crew? Well, be sure to follow us on our various social media platforms, including Facebook at facebook.com/TSGamer, twitter.com/Pride1G, or simply at Pride1G. You can also check us out on a Nook at anook.com/page/TSGamer. And of course, you can always come and join the fun over at www.knightsoflore.com. A
long time ago, in a forest not so far away, Lord Varian was taking a stroll when he came across a green baby orc. Well, green was Varian's favorite color, so he took the young orc back to Durnhold Keep, where he could hang him above his mantle and see his favorite color every day. Well, the Lord's daughter Anduin wasn't too keen on that idea, and would give books to the young orc so it could learn how to spell. You see, the only way you can stop being Varian's decoration is to beat him at a spelling bee, something that Varian excels at. It took many moons before the orc had become so strong in the way of spelling that he had a shot on taking on the champ. Year after year he studied while hanging above that mantle, determined to beat Varian and then run off with Anduin when they could live happily ever after. Well, finally the day came where he was ready to challenge Varian. They held battle in the spelling arena, and after many words were spelled correctly, it went down to the tiebreaker round, where each opponent was able to ask their own words. Varian started off with the word, quite dear to him, Pigheart, but it was easily spelled by the orc. The orc then rebutted with the simple question, spell my name. Varian stood stunned, not knowing the orc's name. The orc then simply said the answer, M-A-N-K-I-R-K. Victorious, Mankirk rode off into the sunset with his new bride Anduin. And that's what happened.
The Legion may be defeated, but we are the Nathrazim. We'll not let some upstart human get the best of us. Arthas must fall.
The Dreadlords are the first known to experiment with necromancy in Warcraft lore. During the War of the Ancients, a handful of Dreadlords were seen reanimating corpses in the ruins of Suramar. This shocked and disgusted the observing Night Elves, with the exception of Illidan Stormrage. After leaving the Pantheon, Sargeras' first step was to recruit the Eridar and two of their leaders, Kil'jaeden and Archimonde. Kil'jaeden's first step after joining Sargeras was to enslave the Nethrezim, who have then served as the Legion's spies, tacticians, and emissaries. When they die on planet, Dreadlords usually reappear in the Twisting Nether soon afterwards. This has caused some controversy, since the leader of the Dreadlords, Tychondrius, died permanently after fighting Illidan. And Thuron, his second-in-command, is also said to be permanently dead after the Battle of Mount Hyjal. In the RPG books, the Nethrezim have distant cousins named the Tothrezim. They supposedly served the Legion as laborers, researchers, and dead collectors. It is still unknown what the Burning Legion would want with gold or jewelry. The three Dreadlords left in Lordaeron during the Third War were actually led by Deathrock instead of Balnazzar, like what most people think. However, Balnazzar was still the most powerful of the trio. Dreadlords are not fanatically loyal to the Legion like most demons. Instead, they always compete with each other and work towards gaining more magical power for themselves. A Dreadlord named Kuluthas stole an Automol crystal in the Netherstorm and went rogue, despite the warnings of his Eridar overlord.
There's Lord, we're just hanging out here, having a good old time, and right now, we're gonna get into some Q&A. What is so funny?
Rush to his head, he can't handle it.
Oh, jeez. So, yeah, in the meantime, we're gonna get into some, okay. Starting off with an email I believe this is the email that was talked to me a little bit earlier. It's a theory. It says, Ishnu Allah, but wait, there's lore. Now you know you're really getting into it whenever you bring out the Ishnu Allah. As we approach patch 5.4 and subsequently the Siege of Orgrimmar, I want your perception on this theory I have about Garrosh Hellscream. There has been some major inconsistencies with Garrosh's presentation in World of Warcraft, and the major differentiation, wow, my god, good sir, I would like to address is the famous "you are dismissed." With Garrosh killing Overlord Cromgar by bombing a bombing a civilian city, he then speaks of honor and how one should never forsake, no matter how dire the circumstances. Yet he does the exact, or almost the exact same thing on Theramore. But from Garrosh to go from honor-bound war chief of the Horde to bloodthirsty, power-hungry tyrant is a major leap. The theory I got is that Garrosh, we see, might be an imposter. The reason why I say this is that when the Horde's introduction to the Twilight Highlands concludes, Garrosh's own airship goes down as he battles a Twilight Dragon, yet we do not see how the battle ends. Next time we see him is after we have helped the Dragonmaw clan with a coup d'etat on the crazed leader of that clan. Garrosh appears just like that, so perhaps the Twilight's hammer did manage to capture Garrosh, and then make a replica to then control the Horde from within. This theory is also supported by the fact that he claims Shaw powers, which originates from Yasiraj, and we all know that the Twilight's hammer will do anything to please the old gods. I know this is rather lengthy, but I just wanted to share this with you guys. Thanks for always giving us a great podcast, well, up until recently, giving us a great podcast through 6 fantastic seasons. No.
Perfect. I was actually going to do that, and I thought
you already did that.
No, I didn't.
The biggest thing there is that just
no.
It's not.
I'm legitimately trying to answer this question. Well, the
Blizzard
reason
said it's Garrosh.
why
Blizzard
not,
has said that he's empowered,
I mean,
and that he's not somebody else. It's just been stated. I think it's a good theory, except it's one of those things that the devs knocked out as valid by just saying so.
Yeah. I just think they didn't know. I made a video on this like months ago, and I just don't think they didn't know where to go with the character. I think they started out trying to make him just like his father, and then they realized, well, people might not find that interesting, and having Garrosh as the war chief, people just generally didn't like it. So let's make him just fucking crazy and evil. So then they're like, all right, and then just completely twisted away from that. And because that's the only thing people can point to is like Garrosh, he can still be redeemable. Remember that Stonetail and Mountain scene? But that's the only one that they have to like point to. Everything else shows him to be a warmongering douchebag.
Yeah, but I like it.
Oh, thank God you turned that around, Necro. I swear to God, I could see like your brain through your nose cavity.
What do you want about? What around?
Oh, we've returned. We've returned from Australia already. Done. We're just waiting on you to get back to the.
Well, the weather's much nicer.
Northern hemisphere.
If you're curious what happened, I dropped some coke on the databases because that makes sense. And it just ruined everything.
Like I said, I mean, they pretty much answered it, but there's just no. It's not an imposter thing. Number one, it's too close to what we've already somewhat had go down twice in the Alliance, and of course the Horde is far too good to, have rehashed alliance stories, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. But it is an awesome theory, and it's very well thought out, and I appreciate it. Let's see. This one here. It says, what would have happened if Belin said yes to Sargeras? I think we've answered that before, haven't we? I feel like that's something we've answered before.
I actually don't think we have.
I don't have a theory on that.
I've got a theory.
Hold on, I'm not done with the question yet. It says when Sargeras came to kill Jaden, Archimonde and Belin, what would have happened if Belin said yes? How powerful would he be? Hope you read this. P.S. I love you. Done. P.S.S. Sorry for bad English. It's not my first language. Forced language. Or langue. Indeed. The world would be a lot different if Belin had said yes. I think the Burning Legion as a whole would be a lot different too.
Also, the orcs may never have come to Azeroth.
Yeah. More I think about it, the more it would be a lot different. But there's no really way to quantify what differences would have actually occurred or what, how the story would have ended up one way or the other, because it didn't happen like that, and we can only go by what has happened. Now, we could theorize all day about what could have or what would have, but the simple answer is that we don't know.
I know. True fact. Every problem in the world of Warcraft can be traced back to the Draenei.
Snap!
Yep.
True facts.
What about Sargeras?
Draenei.
What?
He's the exception, not the rule.
You missed this. You missed this discussion.
Old gods.
Sorry.
Nice fault.
I guess I should have been here then, huh?
Yeah, that would have helped.
In fairness, though, you were busy taking out one of America's enemies, so we'll give you a break.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Next is the intern.
With extreme prejudice.
That sounds like
hold on. Here's a good one. Here's a good Q&A. This is what I like right here. It says, I'm not sure I understand why Garona murdered King Lane Wren. I recently heard you saying that she was being mind-controlled by the Shadow Council. I also think I heard you, meaning the Bewaiters Lore crew at the time, mention a long time ago Garona's curse, and that the Garona's curse, and that the old gods had something to do with it. So my question is, do the old gods have something to do with it, or do I remember wrong, and it was only the mind control thing? So basically, what compelled Garona to kill?
Yogg-Saron does claim responsibility for it.
Yeah.
Because it's in the brain room.
It's in the brain room. A moment in time in the lore. So, yes and yes. Shadow Council had its hand, but also Yogg-Saron had his hand. So, yes and yes to both.
It was also one of those things that she felt like it was supposed to come to pass because when they were in Karazhan, she saw a vision of herself doing it, and so when that opportunity began, when that began happening, she was like, "Oh well, I'm doomed to do it anyway."
So what you're saying is it's Egwin's fault?
Yes.
It is
Still mad about that for the record.
It's okay.
Alright, so we've got one here from Hobble Bobble in the emails. It says, there is a pattern all around Azeroth, which is Titan buildings, Curse of Flesh Guys, giant holes that can make new races, and Old God Insect Kingdom. This pattern can be found everywhere on Azeroth besides the Eastern Kingdoms. Could you guys tell me where that place would be in case I have missed something?
Which place?
I don't understand the question.
He says, there is a pattern all around Azeroth, which is Titan buildings, curse of flesh guys, giant hole that can make new races, and old god insect kingdoms. This pattern can be found everywhere on Azeroth except for the Eastern Kingdoms. Could you guys tell me where that place would be in case I missed some? Basically what he's saying is like on Kalimdor, you've got, not Ulduar, what's the Titan? Uldum, thank you. You've got like Uldum, which would be the Titan buildings, and you've got Curse of Flesh guys, which would be the, what's the people that are all around Uldum? You know what I'm talking about?
Tol'vir. People.
Yeah, the Tol'vir. Thank you. So those would be the Curse of Flesh guys. Then you have Giant Hole that can make new races. I don't know what that is exactly. Maybe it's Ungoro Crater.
Oh, Ungoro, yeah, that.
And Old God Insect Kingdoms, and then of course you've got Anchorage. And then I think you've got something very similar to that on Northrend. Right, you've got Ulduar. You've got Curse of Flesh guys, which would be the
everyone on that fucking continent.
The Vicruel that becomes
the
humans.
Vicruel. Yeah, the Vicruel was what I was going for there. Giant hole that can make new races. Not sure.
He's talking about like a machine that can make more servants. So Halls of Stone. Does that in Ulduar.
Okay, and then an old god insect kingdom, which would have been
Nerubians.
Yeah, and then you've got that on Pandaria as well. You've got the whole area there, the Veil giant hole that can make new races. Curse of Flesh guys with the Mogu. Old god insect kingdom being the Mantid.
They actually have the Mogushan Vaults, which is actually a Titan thing, and you can make more Mogu from the Mogushan Vaults as the raid.
Okay, so basically we're trying to identify those things in the Eastern Kingdom. Okay, so you've got Curse of Flesh dudes, you've got the humans and dwarves and gnomes.
Well, I mean, you've got Titan building in Uldaman. You've got...
Yeah, that Uldaman, that's what it's called.
You've got Curse
I think
of
the
Flesh
only thing you're missing is the bugs.
No, you're only missing Old God Insect Kingdom.
Yeah, so... And you heard it here first. It's underneath Tyr's Glide. What?
No, they already said there was no old god there.
No, they said there's no old god. They didn't say there was no old god bug kingdom.
The bugs, the Silithid and stuff.
Yeah,
they're underneath the tree, and they're going to eat all of the elves. Yay!
Yeah, but see, that's not on Eastern Kingdoms.
Kill those
and actually, there are Nerubians in the Dead Scar.
I think that's...
Yeah, but they're not like old god worshipping Nerubians. They're the converted ones.
Yeah, but it's still an old god insect kingdom. But I guess it's not a kingdom. It's like
yeah, but all these things in those other places are very closely situated. While it's in the Eastern Kingdoms, then you have to go all the way to the tip of
the Ghostlands.
Which, by the way, there's someone on the Azeroth lore tour. We'll go ahead and mention this now. Someone on Azeroth lore tour said that Cosmodon is not a continent; it's an area or kingdom. You are false.
Yep.
You are false. There are 3 continents that make up the Eastern Kingdoms. You have the continent of Azeroth, you have the continent of Cosmodon, and you have the continent of Lordaeron.
Yeah.
Don't argue with the god of lore.
Snap!
Don't take me for a fool. I know what I'm talking about. Shut up, Jam.
Like there are multiple continents on Kalimdor. There are multiple continents in Mists of Pandaria. There's only one north. There's only one continent in Northern.
If you want to be specific, where was the book that I read this in? Lands of Conflict. They specifically call Casmodan a continent.
I feel like you should have put this up.
They specifically call Cosmodon a continent. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Yeah.
Tyranor does bring up a great point, though. He says that the Eastern Kingdoms don't have the old god bugs because that's where the trolls were. And those were the, natural enemy to the bug people.
Oh, that's a good
point. And they were driven out by... the bug people were driven out by the trolls, so maybe that's why there's no bug peoples on the Sin Kingdoms. Good thought, Tyrannor. Proud of you.
And then they got their ass whooped for millennia. So suck on that, trolls.
As the Croxus wrote in the latest.
I think I said that exact same line, didn't I?
No, you did. You said even though they were ass whooped for millennia, the trolls still hold a strong foothold in the Arathi Highlands.
Perfect. I'm not biased.
In the meantime, let's see. But don't worry about it. You're not the first person to try and correct me on my own show.
I tried to do it at least once every 2 weeks.
This is from Game Recorder 123. It says, finally,
The Rock
after watching your show and hating Dunn. Oh, wow. Hold on, whoa. Hold on. Finally, after watching your show and hating Dunn and Necro.
What? Fuck you, sir.
I will ask a question. What I want to ask is simple. Is it true that old gods are stronger than the Burning Legion? I remember long ago reading a Blizzard post that Sargeras would tremble in fear if he saw the real power of N'Zoth. And that's N'Zoth. We still have Yagi and Cthulhu and another unnamed one. But what do you think on this topic?
I think I'm not going to tell you.
Also mention my name, Alex. I want you to know this.
From Necroxus.
Yeah. Well, I like Alex. I don't know what you guys have. I don't know what your problem is.
It's mean.
Jan, what do you think about Alex?
I think that I missed his question because I was reading YouTube comments and told you that, but my mic was muted.
Well, basically, Alex said, finally, after watching your show and hating Dunn and Necroxus, he wanted to ask a question. And then these two are over here saying
fingers
fuck you.
Waving.
We're protesting now.
Okay, so what's the question?
Is it true that the old gods are stronger than the Burning Legion?
True that that is a good question. No. Well, I don't think we know that yet because it would depend on how many titans it took to subdue the old gods originally. If it took only one,